guys. Oh, there's Jade make a cameo appearance. But I got this table from a friend, and I saw it and I loved it because I knew it was old. It just has this simple old character, especially the chippy paint on the front. Let me zoom in, see. Oh goodness, Jade. Jade's knocking over the tripod. Zoom in so you guys can see that. So the paint is either milk paint, old milk paint. That's actually what paint used to be before it changed over to latex and lead paint. So it's either milk paint or it's lead paint. If it's lead paint, I don't really want to mess with it. I really don't. Sorry, Jade's eating a wrapper. Hold on. So I'm first going to test it for lead, do the crack stick, and then kind of go from there. So we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants with this one. The top is actually maple. Underneath the veneer, there's slabs of maple. The veneer's chipping off. I might just peel the rest of it off. So yeah, I don't know, guys. Follow along because I don't know what I'm doing with this one. We're just going to kind of roll with the punches. So once I had all the veneer chipped off, I moved on to sanding it down. And the process I used to take the veneer off was a heat gun. In the past, I've actually used a wet towel and an iron, but I don't know where my iron went. So I made the heat gun work. And the process takes time. You really just got to be patient with it. The end objective is to heat up the adhesive that's on the very base bottom layer and peel it away. And in certain spots, I actually try to muscle it off instead of using patience, but it all came off in the long run. It just took a little while. Once all the veneer was chipped off, I moved on to sanding and more sanding. This is a maple wood, so it's actually a harder wood. So I started with 80 grit sandpaper and then worked my way up, all the way up to 180 grit. Once I was done with the 180 grit on the top, I moved on to the base. And I actually decided to embrace the chippy nature of the base and just gave it a nice light sanding. Moving back onto the top, I am putting on a wood conditioner here, and that just opens the grains of wood so the stain is accepted to the wood evenly. And if you don't have wood conditioner, you can just use water. I mean, the purpose really is to just let that absorb first and then put the stain on after. So you let it sit for about 15 minutes, wipe off the excess. You give it one final sanding with 220, and then you move on to staining it. I used Varathane stain. It was actually a combination of golden pecan, whatever your flavor is, and early American. So I think it was probably about 50-50, but it was just some leftover stain that I had, and I thought it would actually look good with the yellowy green base. Once all the stain was dried, I moved on to sealing everything. This is Varathane furniture wax. It's actually just a clear wax. I brushed it all on with a chip brush and then went over it with a lint-free rag and then finally some really fine steel wool. And I have to say, this project was a pretty simple flip. Normally my style vintage flips are a little bit more involved, but I decided to embrace the natural vintage beauty of the base and really accentuate the natural wood that it had on there already. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you happen to want to check out another flip, I do have my Hutch Farmhouse flip. I'll leave a little link somewhere here in this video so you guys can check that out. Thanks for watching.